Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like
all there here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Jones.
Good evening and welcome to the NFL Roundtable Talk. Ralph's down there in the corner. Yes, I got him in while the intros were going. But I do hit the show because the man is of his word. The newest member of the One Pride family, Backer News. How you doing, Ken?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sick. I would have felt a hell of a lot better if it was a regular loss, but when it's a loss where we had mistake after mistake after mistake, that's what really pisses me off.
You beat yourself.
But again, all I got to say is, how did that Dome team do out there in the elements? Because I didn't see any fall off of play.
I was going to say, They did pretty damn good out there in the weather. You didn't see any issues. Their equipment manager did his damn job. I was going to say, but Green Bay did hold at least offensively to 7 points, which I'll take that as a win for this young defense.
Excuse me, we had a rushing and a passing touchdown.
Yeah, Amon St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's 14 points, buddy.
I said, yeah, offensively 17.
Oh, I thought you said 7. I was like,
no, I was going to say.
Didn't come out. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
I heard 7 too.
I heard 7. Okay. I didn't hear the team.
We're good.
All right. Yeah. That being said, there was a crap load of trades this year. People say, oh, man, they didn't. I was like, this is the first time I've heard of trades starting right at 9:30 in the morning and going all day long right up to the end. And the only reason why the Vikings didn't get the Patriots corner is they turned in the paperwork at 4:02.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my.
Well,
You have till 4 o'clock to turn in the paperwork. So, therefore, the Patriots guy is not coming back. No secondary help for you, sir.
Who are you guys trying to get?
Jack Johnson, wasn't it?
Oh, Jack.
No, that was
Jack. Who was it? What corner?
It was Jones.
What corner, Mike?
Jones.
Jones.
Jonathan Jones. Okay.
Yeah, Jonathan. Okay.
Yeah, he's decent. He ain't bad.
Yeah, but now he's stuck languishing on the Patriots dead ass roster. Good for him.
Yay. Make the most of it.
But what grade do you give you? Was that the first bad weather? No, he plays in Green Bay. It couldn't have been his first one.
Your chat's not up.
Yeah, your chat's not up. I was trying to find out.
They
what
always
you were
turn
looking
it
at.
off on the other shows. New comments will come up from here on out. There we go.
There you go.
No, that wasn't Love's first bad weather game. He plays in Green Bay. It happens all the time.
Love's looking like he's going to miss
See-
the Bears game, too.
And this is the problem I have, okay, with Packers fans, other than Ken.
No, Ken, listen up.
This I'm getting sick of this. The Packers beat themselves. Like the Lions had nothing to do with nothing they were doing.
Right.
For the most
So
part.
they were rushing Jordan Love. They were in the backfield kind of a lot of times, forcing Jordan Love to make some stupid ass passes. Obviously, he made one.
The wide
That
receivers are
cost
dropping
them.
passes like they had a hole in their Halloween bucket.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the Lions weren't doing that.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, that's not an excuse to me. Good franchises win games like that. That's what it came down to. And Green Bay's is not on that level yet.
God, Will has got some connection issues, and it's irritating. Will, if your connection drops out again, you won't be coming back to this. I can't be doing this all day.
Yoli. What's up,
Yoli,
Matt?
good to see you.
Hey there, Yoli.
See you, Yoli.
That being said, what grade do you give the Lions and Browns trade of getting Preston Smith for a 5th and a 6th and getting Smith and a 7th back? What do you think of it, Von Doom?
Both good.
Wait, you mean the Steelers getting Preston Smith, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith.
Oh, you slick?
Yeah,
I hate
we
the
got
trade.
My pass out to him?
You hate the
You
trade?
said you.
I hate the trade. I don't like Zadarius Smith to begin with. The guy takes too much time off. I think it's just, hey, we're going to have you for a game. You're going to be great. And then you're going to take the rest of the season off. And you're going to be like, why did we give up these freaking picks for this guy?
Oh. Casual
See-
take, sir.
Well,
Instead of one
the way
game,
I look at it-
I'll give you 3 where he's good.
Go ahead, Ken.
All right. Mike Johnson, what do you think about it?
I mean, I kind of the same, scenario. I mean, I dealt with him for a whole year, and he played 50% of the time. And he only played when he wanted to play. So, like me and you talked about, Jeremy, if you get 6 games out of the year that you played great for Minnesota, you got a great defensive end. But I think he's going to lay down on you just like he does every other team.
All right. Brian?
Let's see. Bear with me just a moment. I'm not a big Zadarius Smith fan either, but it's not because of that kind of stuff. I just think he's a little bit older. I'd rather have Ojulari, but that wasn't going to happen.
Beat Trilla, you got a fan in fantasy football. Matt Henry says, D beat my ass in fantasy this week, taunted me the whole time.
And the only reason why I taunted you, Matt, because you taunted me the first time, and I was like, I know this fool ain't trying to taunt me. Let me just keep taunting him and get on his nerves. That's why I did it. So in Minnesota, he in Minnesota. I hate when my stats don't come up like I want them to. Failure of NFL stuff. He did well when he played for Green Bay. He like 13, 14 sacks in both years. Then he left there and went to Minnesota, and he had a good year in Minnesota. So you can say what you want to say, okay? His production is still his production. Now he didn't do very well. What was it? His first year in Green Bay, he didn't produce. He was injured, I think, that whole year. Or he didn't start, or whatever the case may have been. What was that Ken. The first year he's
the first year he was awesome.
it was his last year. He was hurt, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the last year because he had this back injury and trying to say that they were trying to force him to play injured when it shows weeks and weeks of him being cleared by the medical doctors before he got put in the game.
Yeah, so he had 10 sacks with Minnesota in the 1 year he played. Okay. And to your detriment, Mike, 10 sacks is good, even if he wasn't playing all the time.
Well, I never said he wasn't good. You know, I enjoyed him being there. He's a great player. But if you look at, I think he had like 3 sacks one game. He had multiple sacks, and then he would take games off where he didn't do nothing. And that's my perspective, is that he just kind of laid down and played when he wanted to play.
Yeah, J.I. says, "Hey, Ken, I love your background. It's nice to welcome you to the
Yeah,
bride."
I was gonna say, blindfolded and handcuffed, I have this freaking background.
You're the one that made the bet. Nobody handcuffed you.
To answer your question, JB, I'm not going to give a grade on this, only because I got to see what the guy brings to the table. I don't know how he's going to be here and how he's going to fit in with the defense. We'll see Sunday when they play Houston. I like the way that they went out and got somebody, though, that is going to at least have part of the part of the defensive end, because that's where we were missing depth at, is that part of our line is defensive end. So that's a good filler. I like that for the veteran leadership and the fact that he is a producer. But other than, I can't give a grade. I can't give a grade right now until I see some shit from him. So
Keegan?
Honestly, looking at his stats, yeah, the productivity is there. You gotta say that he missed games, but looking at his stats, he played 16 games with Minnesota. And then he played about 32 games with Green Bay. 33. So you guys may think that he doesn't play as much as games as they want him to, but I think it has to come down to the organization that he's in with. I think he wants to be pushed to be his best self when he really wasn't. And now that he's in an organization where Dan Campbell says we need productivity, he's going to show up for us.
Ken?
Yeah, I had talked about what Bistro was saying there. How he did awesome his first year and all that. Absolutely loved the guy. But that third year with us, as soon as he found out he wasn't captain, that's when everything started to slide. You have to keep him engaged on a personal level and pretty much suck up to his ego. And if you don't do that, that's when you're going to start to see him drop off and not care anymore.
Okay. Austin?
I like the trade. Yeah, going off the stats, he's, like everyone's been saying, he's a productive player. I like the fact that the Lions got him for basically nothing. I mean, a 2025 fifth round and a 26 sixth round, plus we also got a pick back in return with him. So I'll give it a solid B plus as a grade. I kind of agree with Brian and like to see what the productivity on the field with the Lions and this current defense scheme looks like before I'll give it any better of a grade.
Will, I can't have you dropping in and out of the show, dude. I said last time, next time it's done. Yeah, but
that wasn't me this time.
I understand, but it keeps happening. I said it has to stop.
Okay.
Okay, Ralph, what's your take on the trade?
Well, I'm going to use a little example here. We have a guy on our team named Larry Okunjobi, and Larry come in. He failed his physical in Chicago, showed up in Pittsburgh. They gave him a 1-year contract. He played to get another contract. After that, he stinks. Guys like this that show up on teams and they stink. But I think he could do better in Detroit because of Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell and the staff there, Aaron Glenn, are going to make him better. All right. Maybe he's been a problem child in other organizations, which, of course, from what it sounds like, that could be the case. But this could be another change of atmosphere kind of thing where this might work out for both the Lions and for Darius.
All right. Well,
I think it's a great trade. Lions didn't give up too much, like Austin said. It was a good trade. It fills in a void that you're missing without Hutch. And the good thing is also he'll. I'm not saying Green Bay's not a winning culture, but I think he'll find a good home. He'll have a winning mentality around him, and he'll feel good. So if I had to rate it, I'd give it a B plus.
well, if you're talking about the overall value of the trade, I'm going to look at it from the overall value. Originally, they were asking for a fourth, and remember, the Detroit Lions approached the Browns to get him the week we played Dallas because we needed somebody opposite Hutch. We didn't want to pay a fourth rounder for him. Brad Holmes stuck his ground the entire time, and we got it done at the beginning of the trade day. So if you look at what they wanted and what they got and what we got in return, we gave 2 late round picks, got a late round pick back, plus a player. Value wise, I give it an A minus. But at the same time, I don't want to grade the player for production here until he produces on the field. So, well, let's look at how it was before. He would have a game where he had a lot of sacks, then he'd disappear a couple, then have a lot more, then he'd disappear one, then have a sack here and have a sack there. This year, he's had a sack and a half, had a couple tackles for loss, had a sack, had a couple more tackles for loss, and a sack. So he's got 5.5 sacks this year, but it wasn't like all in one game type of thing. He was a little more spaced out in how productive he was. The only thing that I worry about is that we don't have somebody as dominant on the opposite side of the line as Miles Garrett to keep him free. But the way we've schemed up our pressures lately, it's been working. Of course.
Somebody having a stick fight.
But hey, Jeremy, in Smith's defense, and a lot of our defensive players while he was there said the same thing. They didn't want to play for Zimmer just because of how he was. So I think that might have been a little pushback, kind of going back to the culture comment about going to a team where he feels welcomed and he's not yelled at and he's not belittled and he's not treated like crap. So
Right.
it's kind of like what Danielle Hunter said when he left. It was the whole Zimmer issue and Eric Kendricks, and now I feel bad because Kendricks is stuck with Zimmer again in Dallas. And a lot of them people just don't want to play for that coach. So
Okay, we got 6 more trades to go over, so we can't dwell on this one though. So also we had the next trade was with the running back that got traded to the Bengals.
Yeah,
Herbert.
Chicago. Herbert.
Herbert.
Khalil Herbert.
Khalil.
Khalil
Mhm.
Herbert, Ken Doby, the Bear fan, said adamantly all preseason when we heard Khalil Herbert wanted out because they sounded Swift. Well, they're not going to trade him away. There's no reason to. He's going to be the number one. Oops.
As soon as I got Swift, you should have known better than that.
I know we did. Everybody did. But anyways, Von Doom, what do you think of that trade? I think it was a 4th rounder to get him. No, it was a
Considering
7th rounder. Excuse me.
Zach Moss is going to be out for the remainder of the season, it's looking like, so it's a good depth piece for him. But I do see him and Chase Brown being very similar of a player, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference.
Okay. Mike Johnson?
I mean, it's a fill position. It was out of desperation. So, for him to bounce out of Chicago, not knowing that he's not going to have that much playing time and have a starting role now. So I give it an A+ for them.
All right. Bistrella.
Yeah, I'm riding coattails of my previous two co-hosts there, Von Doom and Mike. Yeah, I mean, it fills a void. They have to replace Zach Moss. Poor Cincinnati.
I agree with all three of you. And then from the Bears side, they have Roshan Johnson that's kind of already beating out Herbert for running back 2. So they needed to get rid of Herbert, where he could be that running back 1 while Moss is hurt.
Gotcha. All right, Ken.
I think it's great for Herbert, and apparently Herbert thinks it's great too. Because as soon as that trade came down, thank God.
Uday.
Right.
All right, Austin.
Well, I was going to say the same thing about the Instagram post of him, thanking God that he got out of Chicago. So, I mean, I give it an A for him getting out of that organization, going to the Bengals. I still think the Bengals think they can make a playoff push even after the slow start. And with Zach Moss being out, it's a good filler piece for sure.
Ralph.
Yeah, change the scenery. I've said that many times. So change the scenery can do a guy some good, and we'll be on a better football team. As Austin just said here, that they want to try to win a Super Bowl again. They want to try to get back to the playoffs. They've had a slow start. They need to get somebody in here to kick up the running game a little bit, and he'll do that. So we'll see where it goes. And Zach Taylor's offense will fit in real good for him.
All right, Will.
I agree with everyone. Like him saying thank God, because he literally, like Keegan said, was the third running back on that team. And when do you see teams use their third running back? Very seldomly, very, very seldomly. So I expect him and Chase Brown to split carries, maybe one over the other. But yeah, getting out of Chicago where you're the third running back, yeah, you're going to somewhere that you're probably going to be used a lot more than you were in Chicago. So I'm not going to give it a grade, but yeah, that's what I think.
Value-wise, they got a running back that's going to help their room while Zach Moss is out for the year. So getting him for a 7th-round pick, and you're talking about a guy who was almost 1,000-yard rusher last year for Chicago. Value-wise, it's an A, but it's another to be determined, TBD. On what it is for the player's production, because B said it best. He's a lot like Chance Brown. There won't be a drop off or a pickup. It's not a change of pace. It's just whether or not he's going to be the starter there.
Yep.
And then we saw the wide receiver move that has me head scratching the most. Dallas is like, well, let me get in on this. Let me give a 4th-round pick for statistically the worst wide receiver. They had 50 receptions in the last few games. Out of 72 receivers with 50 receptions from last season to this, he ranks dead last in yardage, dead last in catch rate at 49.5%, which means he catches less than half the balls thrown his way.
No, the shocker is, what did Dallas give up for him?
A
4th rounder.
rounder.
In 2025.
Wait till
yeah.
you hear what I have
Wait,
to say.
Von
This should
Doom.
be fun. Oh.
Von Doom, what do you think of that trade?
I think it's a terrible trade, even though I like Mingo and I think he could be productive in the right situation. Dallas ain't that situation.
Ooh.
But
I
it's
just
also,
got
I
the.
want to give him a little credit on this too. That 49% of his catches, think about this. With how tall Bryce Young is and how tall he is, 90% of those passes were at his ankles.
That would be incorrect, sir.
Nope.
We do have an update on Dak. It was just released. Initial diagnosis says his hamstring tendon tore completely away from the bone.
Oh
Ouch.
He's
God.
out for the
Oh,
year.
That's a season ender.
That's a season ender. They're saying it looks like it requires surgery.
Yeah, I have it on my fantasy football team. Believe me, I'm on top of that stuff.
Wah wah.
Oh, and here we go.
Hey, I can replace him. He was just a backup anyway. So
Here we go with our Genesee County area for mentally challenged kids comment of the day. Jeremy Bullrich Jr. says, Dad, if Bears fire Matt Aberflus, would you fire Dan Campbell to hire him? No.
oh, come on. I think it'd be a great
Why
idea for you
wouldn't you,
guys.
JPJ?
And Jeremy says it best. That's like wiping your butt before
Yes,
taking a
Robert.
poop.
Oh,
Get
what
him.
the hell is this shit? You're supposed to be on my side. You're my fucking daily co-host, and you're giving me shit too.
right.
Hey, you bet too, and you lost $50 to this shit. So don't act like I'm the only one that lost the bets here, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and the Lions, One Pride of kneecap biting with the Motor City Lions appreciates that donation from Robert Bertana.
Damn. Stop betting colors.
I do have some network news announcement. Going forward, starting Saturday, Ralph Williams and the External Bum with co-hosts Scott Morganroth, Leo Haggerty, and myself will be airing on the Roku network at 8 a.m.
Oh,
Central, 9 a.m. Eastern.
thank you very much, Jeremy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank Ken. Thank you.
Yep.
So
Oh,
I
there
will
you
have
go.
to get you the particulars of the stream key and all that stuff. I might have to have Ken resend it to me.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, I just want to put this out there. I love you guys and all. I'm still not replacing my Saturday morning cartoons with you guys.
Okay. I don't blame you. If we still had,
No, drink it.
If we still
I
had
didn't
them,
even
yeah.
think I still had Saturday morning cartoons.
it must
Oh,
be
it's
an
terrible.
internet thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy, Ken. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
But that being said,
Had to get my new hat.
hey, at least he went from a first place team to another first place team. I got to give Ken credit where it's due. He's being the top rider.
Yep.
Okay, and then we had another wide receiver move. Mike Williams of the Jets is traded to the Steelers. He wanted out of there. He wasn't happy with Rodgers. What do you think about that move, Von Doom?
I don't think he moves the needle for me at all, honestly. I think Mike Williams is washed.
Mike?
I think there are other options out there for
Oh,
him they could have
okay.
made.
I don't think there was much out there. God knows Deontay Dropson probably isn't going to help the team he went to. But anyways,
I got Jeremy saying that now. I got Jeremy doing that.
Mike
Deontay
Johnson,
Dropson.
what do you think about it?
Did you say me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think it instantly plug and plays and helps the Steelers. You know, I think this is going to help. You know, Russell Wilson. I think it's going to open up a little bit more, and you know, I think that's a good trade for him. You know, whether or not it's just a 1-year deal, and you know they off him, you know, at the end of the year. But right now, you know, Steelers are in dire straits to, you know, make a season out of it, and every little bit that they can help in that wide receiver core with Russ is going to make them, you know, even better.
All right.
Absolutely
Bistrella.
true, Orlando.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh will use him more than likely as a red zone target because he's a big fella, and it just adds to their weaponry when they get into the red zone. I think, and that'll help them out. I don't think he's going to be that guy that's going to you know, break open anything. That's what they got Pickens for. And they've been playing pretty well with the two receivers that have been producing for him right now. So I think that's just an added bonus for Pittsburgh at this point.
Keegan?
I gotta agree with Mike. That was like spot on.
All right. Backer Ken.
Yeah, it helps move the needle a bit for the offense, but it's not like some huge freaking move that's going to be earth shattering.
Right. Austin.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with everyone else. He wasn't really getting it done on the Jets team, and now they have Adam, so they really didn't need him. So I think it's a good pair with George Pickens, and I kind of agree with E. I think he's going to be utilized more in the red zone.
Ralph.
Well, I think, and I'll say this once, I said it again. Russell Wilson makes everybody better. Okay, this guy made our offense better, even though he's only played in 3 games. Okay, he's a leader. He comes in early, stays late. He demands. He had the players at his house in California or Nevada or wherever he lives. All right, right before the season started. All right, just like Mitch Trubisky did. But what I'm saying is Russell Wilson's different from Mitch Trubisky. Okay. And I will say this: Mike Williams is going to be welcomed here with open arms, and I'm glad that we traded for him. We gave up some draft picks, but if I know the con man, Omar Khan, our GM, he's going to get those picks back. And to answer Jay's question, no, I don't think the Steelers are junk. I just Commanders are a good football team right now. They're not doing too bad. They got a good rookie quarterback. It's a number 1 draft pick. And I'm not going to tie up the show going any further because Jeremy got a long list of trades. So go ahead.
All right. Will. Well.
Well.
Yeah.
Carolina fired Dave Canellis today. Will, that'll wake you up.
Will, are you talking or not?
Nah, Will's on that cricket wireless shit again.
What's he got? Cricket or something?
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Nope, he's done. He's done.
Yep, that's done. He's done.
Jeremy's had enough.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, if you could touch on it, Minnesota did pick up a very good guard from Jacksonville, on waivers versus, or trade or whatever it was, that wasn't
you
in
picked
the
up
trade.
an average guard that's bad at run blocking but better at pass blocking than Quirinberry. We touched on that because that happened over a week ago.
Yeah, well, I wasn't here, Jeremy, so I just.
He wasn't here, Jeremy, so let him talk.
I'll just keep quiet.
My exact thing that I said on it for you was, at least he won't be like a subway turnstile at rush hour.
That's true.
Rush hour. What's Jackie Chan got to do with anything? This is football.
We're talking Jersey Turnpike, weirdo.
Well, you'll be able to enter your thoughts on the chat, Will.
I've spent a lot of time on the Turnpike and the Trogneck, so leave me alone.
You'll give your takes in the chat, Will. So the next.
That's all right, Will.
What was the other trade that was made? I know there was one more before
Preston Smith.
Yeah, Preston Smith.
Preston Smith.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Well,
There
didn't
was
the
one-
Jaguars trade Cam Robinson to the Vikings too?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
That was
We
last
talked
week.
about that.
Well, there was also Lattimore to the Commanders. I don't know.
Yeah, there's the one
That
I
was-
was thinking of. Because Preston Smith was the last one that gets through.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lattimore to the Commanders. I think the Saints won the trade as far as the value they got for him. It was a lot better than everybody expected, but they were desperate. They were desperate for cornerback help. Von Doom, what do you think of that trade?
Give me 2 seconds. Pick somebody else to go first. I need to put my thoughts right.
Okay. Mike?
I mean, hey, Lattimore, I love the guy. You just throw a 15-yard out and it goes for 61 with 3 seconds left. I mean, everybody's going to know how he plays, so good for them. That was a Minnesota Miracle plug. I don't know if y'all caught that or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it, Homer.
Bistrella.
I mean, I think it's a good move. Like everybody's saying, when a player moves from a pretty bad organization, what the Saints are right now, and they're cash strapped, he gets moved to a team that's being successful. I mean, as long as he's on his, I mean, I don't know if it was an act of desperation, to tell you the truth. I just think that they just want their defense to get better. Their defense was already starting to play better the last 3 games. So adding him on there, that should be fine for Washington. Again, I can't give it a grade as far as performance goes because it's he hasn't played it down yet for the team. But as far as the value is, I'd give them both as B minus.
Okay. Keegan?
As of right now, the Saints are in cap hell. They need to do something big to get rid of cap. And also, they're right now they're kind of a sinking ship right now. So they got rid of their best player on their team, and that to the Commanders, which are up and coming and actually a contender right now. So
Yep.
good for the Commanders going out and making a big splash with Lattimore.
All right.
Hey.
Bearded Packer fans.
See, I love this move. This was my favorite trade of the deadline. I think Marshawn Lattimore going to the Commanders is going to massively help them, especially when they make their playoff push. I don't think they're just going to be one and done now because of it.
Mm.
Can I add a little bit of something to that?
Yep.
Dan Quinn is making that a good team again, and they're going to do everything to make a push to show that, hey, we're going to be a staple, in the East, and I'm happy to see Dan Campbell doing great things, and happy he's out of Dallas, and he's got a great quarterback, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future.
I need to comment on that there. JB,
Okay.
you remember when they hired him after Ben Johnson said he wasn't taking a job?
Yep.
And all the Lions fans in the chat said, oh, it's going to be terrible. He's a terrible coach. Every goddamn one of them was wrong this time.
Yeah. Hey, I admit it. But we were going off of the fact of what he did with Atlanta and going to the Super Bowl and failing and then being miserable the next year for Atlanta. So we were basing it off of his history.
I know. I just wanted to point out that I was the one person in the chat that said, I think he's got a chance there. I think they did great.
Yeah. Well, it helps when you get a player as good as Jaden Daniels making the Bears cry that they got Caleb Williams.
I mean, I think Quinn was in a perfect position on that team. I mean, you can't go any further than Washington has gone in the last couple of years. So any good halfway decent coach would probably take that team somewhere. So
well, yeah, no, man, they got rid of a lot of players, but they had so much cap and addressed things perfectly. Like that pickup of Frankie Luvo in the offseason was probably the best move they made at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy Chin, putting him at one position and not trying to put a 210-pound guy in the defensive line. He's playing like he's Pro Bowler.
Right.
Oh, I said they did some great moves in the offseason. Everybody's like, I don't think they did enough on defense. I said, you aren't paying attention. They added a lot to the defense. And now they added the one piece they didn't have, a CB1. Austin, what's your take?
So Lattimore going to the Commanders. To me, this is kind of like the Commanders putting all their chips in the center of the poker table kind of move. They're in first place in the NFC East. Dallas isn't a threat anymore. The only threat in that division is the Eagles. So they had to show up in their secondary, and I think they did so with Lattimore, and they got a fifth in return. So I like the trade a lot.
Ralph?
That makes them a better football team, and that's one more thing that the Steelers have to worry about this Sunday. Let me add something here about the Commanders and Jalen Daniels. People think Cliff Kingsbury because he had a bad experience down in Arizona. This guy can coach quarterbacks. He also is a good offensive coordinator, sucked as a head coach in college, sucked as a head coach in the league. But he's now has Jalen Daniels right where he needs to be, and he's helping the organization out as a first round draft pick. He's doing better than most.
Jay, I
Well,
just said I wish I could play poker with you guys, especially Easy Money Rob.
hey, dude, I can make that happen. I can start a poker room, guys.
All
But
right.
anyway, though, I want to comment on this, Ralph. The whole thing about him sucking in college, he wasn't a terrible college coach,
No,
Kingsbury. But what benefits him the most is when he came to the pros, he was still using that spread offense that almost every college is running. So Jaden Daniels walked into something that he was already used to in that situation right now.
Not
I think
only
he fell in
that,
the
he's
perfect
also good at working
situation.
with the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
not only that, let's also remember one thing. Kingsbury always had a great start to every season as a head coach in college and the pros. But what happened at midseason? They started
Stunk up the
calling
joint.
it the Kingsbury collapse. It actually got named after him. Is because he would go he'd go 45-3 in his career between head coaching in college and in the pros in the first 7 weeks of a season. He went 4-46 in the last half of a season.
I blame Call of Duty for all that.
Damn
Dwayne
leprechaun.
Keane, this is NFL Talks. I do the Lions show in the morning. That's basically my topics that I already had. I don't do just Lions talk here. This is about the trades. No, it's worse than Caldwell was. Caldwell was even keeled. He'd win the same amount of games at the beginning of the season. He'd win at the end. Now,
Good
if
assistant
you
coach,
want,
terrible head
if
coach.
you want to say that was the Rod Marinelli coaching years, 100%.
I think you'd be better than run. Yeah. Anyway.
Another one, Rod Marinelli, good coordinator, stinks as a head coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, that's the way it's been, though. How many guys are great defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators that have been total dog shit at head coaching?
A lot of
Lots.
guys.
Lots.
Oh,
Thanks, Will. There's been lots.
Are you watching?
DeSantis was one of them.
90% of them.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
Yes.
So that being said,
Thinking good survivor, but
there is way more talks of the trades than there was of injuries today,
watched that
except
one
for
when
the
we lived
Dak
over there
news
at
that
their
just
house.
broke.
I started
Man,
watching
somebody's
it and
being
you
loud.
liked it. It wouldn't let me fucking watch it without him.
That's Mike. I knew it. It was Mike.
Always
Oh, your wife is not loud. She's just a little bit over there.
It was loud.
No, I'm not gonna be disrespectful.
Schwartz is the defensive coordinator for the Browns right now.
Yeah, he's a very good defensive coordinator. He sucked as a coach too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the list goes on.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Mike's
Schwartz
telling
didn't
on
suck
us.
as a coach. He just had a bad last year of his contract. They didn't renew him.
And Dennis Allen had two teams that he had coached, and he got fired from both of them.
That's okay, Dwayne. I had all that for my topics for the morning. I'm like going, damn it. But let's get into the pick'ems. And don't forget, this is week 1 of the contest. So far, we have 6 entries on the community post on YouTube. So if you haven't placed them in, do it before the end of the show. I don't care if you use our picks, but after the show, there's none being added this week.
You
Yeah,
might
I know
have to
you
tell
gotta go.
people how to actually get to it, because even me, I don't know how the
stay
hell
on
to
the
get to
show
it.
for another 3 minutes or so, Jeremy. So maybe I'll do one pick or so, and I have to go.
I've been putting the link in the chat of every show but this one. It was real easy. I've been putting the link every show. And I put the link on Facebook on 8 different sites.
So now, Leonard.
Hey, man, outside of going in my messenger or hopping on my Facebook to put up a jackass post and
Well,
laugh at people the past couple days, that's all I see anymore, man.
let's put it this way. Sarah, the Viking fan, asked me in the chat. I posted the link. She had her comments up before I ended the show at 1.
Oh yeah, those
Stick it
Vikings
in the
fans are
chicken.
rude.
Oh, she was just mad at somebody. It was worth it.
Jeremy, I have to leave. I'll see
I
you.
know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ralph, and I'll see you Saturday morning, sir, on the show while we go
Thank
live in
you.
Roku.
Thank you again,
I'll,
you and Ken.
I'll
Thank
get
you.
you.
And
Yep.
say thanks to Mike as well. Thank you.
Yep,
Have a
I
good
will
night.
get.
Ralph, have a
Yeah.
good
Okay.
one.
I'll get.
Thank you.
See you,
I'll
Ralph.
get you the streaming info by tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
That being said, first up, we got tomorrow night's game. Let me get to my chat.
We'll leave this out just in case everyone gets up.
Cincinnati at Baltimore. Who you got, Leonard?
Oh, I'm gonna go with the Bengals this time. That's a hard one for me, but I'm gonna give it to the Bengals this time.
All right, Mike.
I'm going with the Bengals as well. They got a running back now, so
Ooh.
Yeah,
They've
it
had a
moved the
running back
needle
the whole
for me.
time.
Bistrilla.
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go with the Ravens. They're playing too good right now offensively.
Yeah, they got whooped up by the Browns, man. That one kind of broke my confidence in them.
It's a division game.
All
It's
right,
the Browns.
Keegan.
Cincinnati has more problems than a run game. So I'm thinking Ravens.
Hey, I got a lot of background noise from somebody, and I can't hear everybody talking.
It's Mike.
Yep,
His wife's getting pissed off at somebody. Can't you hear?
I
Right.
understand, but we need to be able. I need to be able to hear my guests because I can't even hear their take. What'd you say, Keegan?
I said Cincinnati has more problems than a run game. I'm taking the Ravens.
All right, Hacker Backer Kitty Ken.
I'm going Baltimore. I think Derrick Henry and Lamar are playing too damn good right now.
Austin.
Yeah, this one I went back and forth on a couple times. Burrow threw for 5 touchdowns last week. I don't think he's going to do it again this week. So yeah, give me Baltimore. Just
Oh, and
better
Baltimore
offense.
trade. Didn't Baltimore trade for a corner? Oh yeah, they got washed up to Javius White.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was the 7th trade. Okay. I went Cincinnati because Tre'Davious White, it looks like he went to school with Eli Apple in the offseason while he was rehabbing, and that is the coverage school for the blind. New York Giants at Carolina in Germany at 9:30 a.m. Football all day Sunday, boys. Woo!
Don't make me puke.
Who you got, Austin?
Give me the Giants. I don't. Carolina got a win last week. Good for them. They ain't gonna get another one.
All right. Kitty Ken.
Again, I used to like you, JB.
I saw it in the chat. It stuck.
I'm going Giants.
All right. Keegan.
I'm rolling high after last week. I'm taking the Pampers.
Yeah, Bryce Young is starting this week. That was announced today. Bistrilla.
Do I really have to give a prediction on this game? I ain't gonna wake up to watch this game, to tell you the truth. So I really don't care if they have a tie. That's whatever. Whoever has a ball last wins.
Man, don't you dare wish a tie on me, you son of a bitch.
That would be the most.
Mike, that would be the most Giants way to lose.
In Carolina.
God damn it. The Carolina Reapers need to win this damn game.
is Thielen back this week or is he still hurt?
Thielen's pretty much out.
Yeah, he's out pretty much.
But Jonathan Brooks is activated and playing this week. He's
Yeah.
going 150 and 2 touchdowns and getting Brian DeBall left in Germany.
I'm going to take Carolina. I think they're riding high right now, and they got a little bit of confidence, coming into it.
All right, Von Doom.
Realistically, the Giants are going to win this game, but I really want the Panthers to so much.
Well, with the way they played last week with Young, and now you inject Jonathan Brooks into that lineup, I'm taking Carolina.
I hope they win, man. I want that first pick. I don't want to get stuck in that 7 to 10 range like we did every time there's a decent quarterback.
The battle of the defense not playing as good as it's supposed to, and the defense that's playing better than it's supposed to. New England at Chicago. Who you got, Von Doom?
Ooh. God, I hate this game. You know what? I'm going to go with the Bears, though, because I can't name a single receiver on the Patriots team. That's the only reason.
Okay. I think Drake May is going to outdo Caleb Williams, but that's another story. Go ahead, Mike Johnson.
I am not picking Chicago by no means. There's just no way. I'm taking the Patty Ices by like 3.
Okay, Bistrella.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patties.
Keegan.
My streak lives on. I'm taking Chicago.
I love it. I love it. All right, Kitty Ken.
I'm going.
What was
I'm
that?
going New England.
All right, Austin.
So ever since Roquan Stevenson blew that Hail Mary pass against Washington, Chicago's defense has been different. They're playing out of sync. Something really happened to them during that game. So give me New England.
I'm taking New England too, and the reason why DJ Moore walks off out of bounds in the middle of a play, Keenan Moore, Allen making the comment that he's had better throws to him from college than from Caleb Williams. Give me New England.
Hey, on that DJ Moore's thing, though, where he just walked off the field, if you look at it, on the play there, he had already stepped out of bounds, so he's already out of field of play. He couldn't do anything again.
He stepped out when he was getting ready to be targeted. He's like, I don't want that fucker hanging me out to dry.
As a business decision. As a business decision.
That was an NFL career decision right there. Wow, I can make my money still next year.
and Jay, the Honolulu Blue Flu has got to restart because the Titans won. So
yeah, that's because the Titans. I got it. The Titans were so bad it was the anti-serum. But anyway, Buffalo at Indy. Is anybody taking Indy?
Nope.
Not a snowball's chance.
Okay. Denver at Kansas City. Mondo.
Is anybody going to take Denver?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
No.
After they got embarrassed like they did against the Ravens.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Hey, I just want to say this. Look how much better Mahomes looked when he had Hopkins actually playing most of that game.
Look how good Hopkins looked with a good quarterback.
Dude, Hopkins was always one of the best receivers in the league. Never dropped anything until they freaking sent him to freaking
Hell,
where the hell did he go?
the Chiefs only gave up a 5th-round pick for him. Like, seriously?
It's because he's old and he's got bad knees. But the guy doesn't drop balls.
Yeah, the Titans had COVID, so the flu didn't even matter. Good point, Strilla.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Yeah, I'm not taking Denver either. Until they're beaten, I'm not picking against Kansas City. I'm sorry. And, they got the refs in their pocket, too.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta at New Orleans. Is anybody taking the Aints?
Hell no.
Nope.
All right. 49ers at Tampa Bay.
Will we have McCaffrey back or not?
McCaffrey may not be back for the season.
No,
Yeah.
they said he's freaking coming back this season.
They
said
opened
that
his.
coming back.
They just put him in the portal, so
They just put him in the active window, but he's not active yet.
yeah.
If they don't have McCaffrey, I'm taking Tampa. If McCaffrey plays, I'm taking him every week because I think he's just different.
All right. Well, then so far you're taking Tampa. Mike?
I'm taking Tampa.
Beastrella?
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa. They gave Kansas City all they could handle, so and San Francisco's not even on a level yet.
Keegan?
Tampa's going to come out pissed after where they lost to the Chiefs. I got to take Tampa.
Yeah, they lost when they lost the coin flip, just like everybody else when they faced the Chiefs.
Hey, did y'all
But
see Baker? Did y'all see Baker's reaction on that coin flip? He
Yeah.
fucking knew it right then and there.
It was like, oh shit, the refs got it.
like, fuck. All right, Kitty Ken.
Tampa, damn it.
Austin.
Yeah. Tampa impressed me with how injured they are in their core, that they were able to take that game into overtime against Kansas City. So give me Tampa.
Hey, you know what? Hey, J.I. They have no receivers now, but they literally just went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what I'm getting at. K. Dot
And that,
is showing up something big.
yeah, that defense that they played against is one of the top defenses in the league too. That's the reason why Kansas City is undefeated.
Right.
Fuck Mahomes.
Well, I took Tampa Bay as well. I just don't see San Francisco winning 3 time zones East, coming with wide receivers coming off of injuries. Another one out. Ayuk won't be back until maybe the middle of next year. Yeah, it's bad. Pittsburgh at Washington. Who you got, Austin?
Give me Pittsburgh in this one. Russell Wilson's playing good ball, so I'll take Pittsburgh.
Kitty Ken.
I'm going Washington.
Keegan.
Foreskins.
Poor kid.
Y'all just better hope that Green Bay does not win the second game. Trust
I know.
Trust
Beastrella.
me.
You know the meow is gonna stick. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got it. It's there forever now, Ken. Meow.
Who do you got, Beastrella?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the foreskins too.
Mike Johnson?
I'm going with the Commanders.
Von Doom?
The commies.
I took the Foreskins as well. Minnesota at Jacksonville. Is anybody picking Jacksonville to win?
Oh, pick me. No.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
This
Not
would be
picking
perfect time
basketball
for
teams in
Jacksonville to
high
win.
school. Let's
The
I don't even know
Scrotums
why.
are off to face the Chargers. Anybody taking anyone named the Tennessee?
No.
No, not in that
Okay.
game. Hell no.
That's some easy decisions there. Philly at Dallas. Anybody taking Dallas?
Not now.
I hope Dallas wins though.
just
Yeah,
imagine
Cooper-
if we got Dallas.
Fuck
versus Cleveland.
Dallas.
Cooper Rush will
suck.
throw like 6 touchdowns.
No, it's not fuck Dallas here. We want Dallas to win, so it ruins their draft position even more.
Well, just
It's
losing, just lose in England, and you'll be fine. Just keep losing.
Hey guys, I'm telling you right now, if Dallas loses this game, I promise you, Jerry Jones is shit cannon McCarthy,
Yeah.
and
All right.
and Mike Zimmer will be their new head coach.
So, oh, God help them. But anyway, he's worse of a head coach than he is a coordinator.
Not my problem. I don't care
I know.
no more. I just
I don't
wish
care either.
I wish that hell on somebody else other than me.
I
I
think
wish
should
Jerry
promote
Jones
the
would fire
offensive
himself.
coordinator. Yeah, he should. But New York Jets at Arizona. Anybody? This one's actually a good game to pick on.
Mm-hmm.
Von Doom.
The Cardinals all day.
All right. Mike Johnson.
I'm taking the Jets.
You would.
Bistrella.
I'm going with the Cardinals, man. They're playing some awesome football right now.
Gigan.
Fuck the Jets.
Fuck A-Rod. I'm taking
Right.
Cards.
Kitty Cat.
There you go, King.
Yeah. I see that Motown Miracle still weighing heavy on you guys, but even with I'm gonna go Arizona.
All right. Austin.
I cannot at all pick Aaron Rodgers, so give me the Cardinals.
Give me the Keebler Elves. I took Arizona as well. All
Hey, every
right.
time the Packers lose, Kitty Cat should cough up a hairball.
Man,
Hey, Ken, I've got 10 inches of beard I can send you because I cut all mine off.
Yeah, no.
All
why
right.
the hell would you do that, Mike? That's terrible.
Bro, that's what I'll say.
It'll grow back by December.
Took testosterone, didn't you?
A little bit.
All right. Miami at the Scams. Anybody taking Miami?
No.
Nope.
Now we're to the last game of the docket. It's Sunday night football. The Detroit Lions head off to face off against the Houston Texans. Before you make your pick, red zone defense. Lions are tied for ninth in the league. The Texans are 30th. Teams are scoring at a 70% clip in the red zone. I mentioned that because that was key versus the Packers. Was it not, Ken? Look, I didn't even say the first K name.
Yeah.
What are you complaining about, JB?
Unfortunately, your guys' red zone defense kept us out of the end zone. Hey,
As in brother Adam, Dad, my dad. I'm going to put this one on the screen. Evening, gents. Hey, Jeremy, your brother is going to be on Fox NFL Sunday. Gronk is going to be jumping out of some kind of box.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, wow.
No. Yeah, my brother Adam. He's in the Navy.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Thank him for his service.
My brother.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
He just made a chief, too. Chief class.
And go Navy.
So, who do you got, Von Doom?
The Texans.
Ooh.
Mike Johnson.
And it's in Houston, right?
Yeah.
And it's Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tank Dell is back.
Yeah. Nico's
Tank
playing
Dell's-
too.
Tank Dell's
Nico's playing.
back.
And Nico's playing.
Mm-hmm.
And they got their new blood red uniforms.
Dude, those uniforms are sexy as hell.
Yeah, they are.
Man, they are nice. Man, it's kind of like, the Vikings and the Lions. It's going to be a close game. I think they're going to show out, and I think Kai Fairbairn is going to kick a game-winning field goal as time expires from 63, and Texans 27-24.
Bye, Mike.
You already lost, Mike.
Have a good
You-
week.
you did-
It was nice to see you. We'll see you next week, Mike.
You said this. You said the same stuff about Minnesota kicking a field goal. That's a kiss of death for Houston right there.
Well,
Sorry.
You're welcome.
That's even better. Calico Ken. I'm really interested to hear your pick. So, Kitty Ken, go ahead and go.
Rawr.
well, I was gonna pick Detroit, but every one of y'all can kiss my ass. I'm going Houston now.
All right, Austin, we'll go to you.
All right. So I'm gonna pick Detroit. In recent years, Detroit's played really well in primetime games. So on paper, with the addition of Zadarius Smith, their defense just got better. So we're going to be able to pressure Stroud a lot more than before. So give me Detroit.
Egan,
Say, even with Nico back, Texans injury report does not look great.
they're still
I gotta
missing their
take the
two starting
Lions.
guards, right?
One,
Oh, they're missing one of them still?
I
Okay.
think so. Yeah.
One and Will Anderson might not be playing.
Ooh, that's big.
Oh,
Be
wait. I didn't hear that.
Hold on.
Too late.
Wait a minute.
Usually we talk about injury reports, Jeremy. You let me out to dry here, bro.
Hey,
He
I
did it on purpose.
gotta keep some information to give me an edge here.
Well, let me tell you something. This I actually pegged this in my series of one of the losses that they were going to take, the Lions, that is. But the way the Lions are playing right now, they're going anywhere. It's like it doesn't make a difference what you throw at them or at their defense, even though their defense is limp.
Oh,
They're
and a
still winning
long-time
games.
guy.
Okay,
Lions
hang
are also undefeated on
Woody
the road.
Bach. That is
Wait, hang
also
on.
known as the Wild Woody Show. Welcome back, sir. Hey, don't forget to go to the community on the channel here since you're sub Woody. Put in your picks for this week. Whoever wins the most picks throughout the month in the chat, I'm going to tabulate them each week. That person gets a free custom jersey from whatever team they want, even if they want their own name and a custom number on it.
Okay. Now you done with that real quick? I need to ask Brian a question here.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Did you really just say a limp defense and pegged in the same sentence?
Yep.
Okay, I thought so.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Von Doom, you still sticking with the Texans?
I'm still sticking with the Texans. I don't care.
Okay. My take is Houston is
Eventually, I'm gonna win.
18th in offense. They're 18th in defense this year. You know what that means? They're going up against a team that has the highest point differential in the NFL. Lions are averaging 32.4 points per game, which is second in the NFL, only to the Ravens, because they finally passed them. And that's because we only scored 24 points because we took our foot off the gas. We should have just kept going, made them beg for mercy, treated them like the Packers.
Yeah. I was gonna say, that would have boded real well for the second matchup.
Hey,
I know.
Ken, did you hear what Xavier McKinney said after the game? Nor did I, because I didn't do nothing from his ass after that.
So I'm taking the Lions to win. I actually think this might be a 10-plus win.
Wow.
Because right now, the Lions have scored 15 touchdowns this season. The Texans have scored 7. The Lions have 14 rushing touchdowns this season. The Texans have 7.
What else going to help us?
How many touchdowns have they given up, though?
How many touchdowns have we given up total?
Yeah.
6 passing and 8 on the ground, so a total of 14.
14. How many Houston? You know that one?
Houston has given up 28 touchdowns this year.
Oh, shit. That's a lot of touchdowns.
16 in the red zone.
Red zone is not their favorite spot, that's for sure.
And the Lions get to the red zone 69% of the time.
Guess who's starting for the Texans that may help us?
Jeff Okudah?
Yeah.
How'd I know?
Okudah.
He just returned from injury.
Okudah Matata.
All right. Burnt Toast will be covering J-Mo. Because he's been...
That's right.
J-Mo's
coming back. Yep.
This week.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jerry.
Everybody that we just cut was brought back off of waivers to the practice squad. It says we signed them because that's how it reads. They were waiver bringbacks.
Yeah.
And the Texans give up a touchdown. Not even a field goal. A touchdown. 42% of the time in the red zone. Their total scoring against has been 69% against their red zone defense. When you add in the field goal.
I think D'Amico's going to put a fucking squish on that. I think this is going to be a defensive game. I really do. I think he's sick of it. He's a defensive coach, and I think that it's going to be a turnout game. But hey, Jeremy, I do have to give a shout out to your home state, Strilla, all y'all. Thank you so much for turning red and bringing this man back. I just want to tell you thank you.
The red wave washed over America. Yes, it did.
Yeah, absolutely it did.
But I'm going to leave it at that
because
I'm not trying to ruffle feathers in the family today.
If I would have known it was a family fight, man, we would have got the Family Feud music going on.
Hey,
So, do we start I'm letting Mike
not
decide, because Von Doom's decided before, Bistrilla's decided, Keegan, even Kitty Ken has decided before. Do we?
Meow.
Meow. Look. Stay like that. This is
He's
what
got
I'm
a-
hearing. This is what
he's
I
got-
heard from his microphone.
He's got hey, Ken had his claws out.
Yeah. Just wait for
So,
the second game.
you get-
I'm going to be hoping and praying that it goes just the way I want it to. And you
Yeah,
guys won't
you
hear
can
the
hope
end of it either.
I know. Hey, I got to give you a little shit every now and then. I don't do it a lot, do I?
Oh,
Do I give you shit a lot? All
No.
right. So, do we start at the bottom or the top, sir?
Oh, bottom.
No.
It's-
Kitty Ken gets
oh,
to
okay.
decide this
Oh,
week.
Kenny can. Okay, sorry, man.
We'll go with the bottom since that's one of my favorites.
Oh, yes.
I bet it is.
Oh, you all 4 years there, Mike?
With a 4-4 record. 4-5 if you include the bye week. It's the Bears.
Boo.
With a 6-3 record and on their bye week, 6-4 after the bye. FTP. Fuck the Packers.
You know, they would have won the bye, but Jordan Love threw a pick six again. So,
And the only team 0-2 in the division.
oh, I just got to throw that in there.
And after skull fucking who they played last week, in second place with a 7-2 record, it's the Vikings.
At least I'm not a Packers fan.
And in first place, and still
This week.
Kings of the North at 7-1 and 2-0 in the division, it's the mighty Lions. I know.
Those kitties definitely need to get spayed.
Hey, I love it when you tell me I'm number one.
It's great, ain't it?
Oh, and last but not least, our paying sponsor, which is Brandon Service at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road, where? In Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Stop in and check us out. Used tires starting at $45 and up, depending on size and condition.
Get through it,
JB,
JB.
you're killing me. You're killing me, bud. I was doing so well till I heard you snickering.
Because you do that so well, man.
Call to get your quote about new tires, 810-233-8230. Talk to George Red, or on Saturdays, talk to me from 2 to close, because I'm there managing. If you mention this ad, we will give you a 5% discount on any tire on an individual or pair purchase. If you mention this ad and you're getting a set, you will get $10 off.
And just so everybody knows, that van has been restocked with candy after Halloween.
I took it straight to the mission because I only want it filled with Franzia Chardonnay wine. That way, if Mike shows up, he has something to drink.
Hey, JB, I just want to say you're very consistent with that banner. I'd flatten one of my tires just and get another tire.
The free ride wide is after I get off work every Saturday night. I troll by the park looking for cougars.
See, I know it's something that ends with ers, but I didn't think it was cougars.
Damn.
We all talk crap about the pedo van in Orlando. It's not a pedo van. Pedo vans are all white, not part white.
Yeah, and those ones unfortunately never have any candy in them.
Or anything else.
Why did you say that so sad? Like you experienced that before, man.
Ken even hung his head. He was like, shit.
They never have any candy in them.
They get me every time.
But I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. We had a great evening. It was great talking football with these knowledgeable people that we have, including the ones that just talk shit. Kitty Ken, it was great to have you. Mike, you don't have to worry about getting skull fucked to week 18 again.
Knowing my luck, we're gonna go out here and piss the bed and just
No,
get
you're not.
blown out.
Oh,
No.
I'm kind of
No,
waiting
you ain't.
for it.
Damn.
Nah,
Austin,
it's not gonna
Keegan,
happen.
and Bistrilla, it's always great having you. And as I always say, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before, because that's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love. Peace, love, and